5-minute kitchen. This is the niche caching, and I'm doing the food for friends, and this is for raising funds and food for the food bank. So here we go. What I'm doing right now is called Rajma in Sanskrit, and Raj is the king, the royal, if you will, the Moghul, if you will, all meaning the same word really. It's the royal lentil, and it is one of the piece de resistance of Indian cooking. So this is what you're going to have, pure vegetarian. It has a little relationship with the chili, but believe me, the difference is quite big, because you've got the flavors of so many spices. Remember, it's not hot. It doesn't have to be hot at all. And now we go to the first part, which is...
You got our onion there.
The red onion.
The red onion.
Yes. And remember, out of all the onions, the red onion has got the most flavor, you know. It's not that pungent, it's not that strong in terms of the pungentness, if you will, but in terms of the flavor, I mean, this is the one to beat. So, if you ever want to enhance any of your cooking, use red onions. As far as I'm concerned, the red onion is like a spice itself, not just a vegetable, it's a spice. Yes, this is the red beans, red kidney beans, and this is what Rajma is made of. So the first part, we're going to do the onions. Add to this, part of the recipe is 1 jalapeno pepper. And the other thing is the ginger. Ginger and jalapeno pepper are very essential ingredients of this thing. So here we go. I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to add to this mix that we have got, which is basically garlic and onions. To heat up, you know, it's like a heavy bottom.
What kind of pot is that? What is that pot?
It's a titanium, it is called. It's from Germany, and this is about $300 for this little pot. But the thing is, nothing, absolutely nothing burns in this pot. Isn't that something? I mean, it will become brown, but it won't burn and it won't stick. That's correct. And you want to make it really hot before. You don't put it, you know, it's not allowed to cook. It is sizzled, you know.
What is that you want to put in next?
That is cumin.
Cumin.
Cumin seed. Whole cumin.
That seems to be a base product with all Indian.
One of the kings of spices, you know. It's all flavor. And the flavor is all released only when it splatters in the hot fat. We never use butter for cooking. We use ghee. And the ghee is clarified butter. What that means is all the moisture that is there in butter is evaporated. And then it becomes pure 100% fat. What that means is it can be raised to a very high temperature almost instantly. And what I'm going to do, the first thing I've got to do is the cumin, the whole cumin. And that's where it goes. I'm going to let it cook for about a minute or so that it gets roasted. It needs a very high temperature to get roasted, and the roasting releases the flavors and the smells. Rajma.
And where would you find this in India?
And again, north, which is actually this particular beans does not grow in South India. You know, it's mostly all in the northern.
And the beans are, what type of beans are these?
These are red kidney beans.
Red kidney beans, okay.
And called in India Rajma.
Rajma.
Right? The king of beans, the king of the royal beans. Add the mixture that we have created here, which contains onion, garlic, ginger, and of course the red onions. So here it goes. And it becomes solid.
bubbling away in there.
Yes, yes indeed. And actually this is, as you know, caramelized onions. That's what we're going to make out of it. That creates all the flavor, releases everything which is inside the onion and becomes a very, very exciting flavor, you know. So that's what is happening. Now the process of caramelization will start. And in that process, the volume of onions will reduce to almost 1/2 what you see here.
You were saying earlier there's a lot of physics in cooking.
Yes, it's like, you know, all the cooking is dependent on the temperatures and the time that you keep it at that temperature and what happens to it and the effect of what happens to the flavors when they are heated, that kind of stuff. Because as you know, with the heating, too much heating, the flavor all disappears, and once it disappears, I mean, all the spices and all you added, the flavors are all gone. It's no good. So here it is, the onions, and in the process of caramelization, you can see the color changing a little bit, and the volume reducing a little bit. The volume
Smells good.
but it smells good, isn't it? And that's the flavor being released. Because, you know, one of the things here with the spices, and remember, none of these spices is hot, but they are very flavorful. You can get all the flavors from the smell here. And smell is one of the senses that makes food, that makes even wine. What do? You smell it, right? It's all connected with those smell and the flavor. And that's like touching so many senses, you know. You got the sense of taste, you got the sense of smell, you got this sense of feel, because you cut up pieces into smaller bits or grind it into fine paste, but it all changes completely the flavor, the net result of what you feel in your mouth. And so it's a whole science, if you will. I mean, very much part of the physics, you know. And so this is done, and now I'm just going to add the red kidney beans straight from a can, one can, and just washed. And now I'm going to add. So there are the kidney beans now. Add it to the mix. I'm going to take just a few minutes to mix it and stir fry, and then I'm going to add the tomatoes. These crushed tomatoes, again straight from the can, and yes, so I'm going to add these. So this is done. All the tomatoes are gone. It's about 2 cups of tomatoes here. That's how much it is. So now just going to do a little cooking there. I'm going to close the lid so that none of these smells and flavors go outside the thing. I'm going to reduce the heat so that it simmers. We don't want it to boil, you know, otherwise all the flavors disappear. So what I'm going to do is reduce the heat a little bit, add a little water, and close. And we add the garam masala. This is the one here.
What is garam masala again?
It's a mix of spices. But it's like a unique mix of spices. There are probably 8 or 10 of them.
Where do you get that garam masala?
You can get it at the superstore. And just, you have to remember the word garam masala because it has no translation actually, you know. Garam actually means hot masala, but there's nothing hot in it. There's no chilies, no pepper. So, it's a misnomer. But on the other hand, you know, that's all everybody calls it, is the garam masala. Okay. Now I'm going to add half a cup of cream, and I'm going to shut off because I don't want it to be cooked, otherwise the cream separates. So I'm going to put it on.
Looks great.
So here you have the complete dish, sour cream on the top, and cilantro. Cilantro is very, very critical to the taste of it, you know?
It really is. It adds so much. Fantastic. Man, that's good. 5 minutes.
And it's all in 5 minutes, that's correct. And all for a good cause, the food bank.
There you go, folks. The 5-minute kitchen.
Food for friends, the Regina food bag. Enjoy yourself.
So here you have it, on a bed of rice.
A dish for the gods. Mmm.